Ohio State dominates Purdue 34-10. I actually thought that Ohio State here was impressive. They move on to 9-0. They're 6-0 in Big Ten play. Purdue, you're 2-8, 0-7 in Big Ten play. You got two more games left. Washington on the road, then you have a bye, and then you play India. It's been tough sledding for Purdue. They actually took the lead very early on, 3-0, but Ohio State, they just turned it up, scored 24 unanswered points, and really 34 unanswered points for the rest of the game, but 24 alone in that second quarter. This channel will make you a college football expert and help you enjoy watching games and make more accurate predictions. So what are you waiting for? Like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, comment your thoughts, and watch the video all the way through so that you can get the full package. And check the description and pinned comment for more ways to help yourself and this channel. And look, I think this is the best team in the nation. They would be undefeated against the spread if not for that garbage time touchdown. And Jeremiah Smith should win the Heisman. That's my takeaway from this game and from Ohio State's season and body of work here. Ohio State, Julian Sayin has another day of over 80% completion percentage. He's averaging 9.2 yards per attempt. It's pretty phenomenal. And they had 40 minutes of possession. Purdue's whole game with Barry Odom is to control the clock and extend long drives. And unlike Michigan, Ohio State didn't allow them to do that because they had takeaways, they forced some stops, and more importantly, they were able to capitalize on their possessions and score points off them, which Michigan was not really able to do against this team. Both teams threw an interception. Sayin threw one in the end zone, and Purdue threw one at about the 50 that Jermaine Matthews returned to about the Purdue 30. This is the best team in the country. I mean, they're impressive. 34-10, I know people were mad about the garbage time touchdown or mad about the red zone possessions. That's just what this team is. This team is not great at running the ball. They probably never will be, but Michigan in 23 was never all that great at downfield passing. They weren't, especially against the great teams. And Georgia in 2022 was never phenomenal at defending the pass against the elite teams. Like Alabama in 2021 and 2023 was a few plays away from winning it all, and those Saban teams were far from perfect. So is this team perfect? Are they 2001 Miami? No, but they're number one, and what they do is extremely impressive. They're able to, because of the high completion percentage, because of Sayin's elite release and his accuracy and the chemistry is with his receivers, they can basically game control you through the air. A lot of teams can't do that. They can only game control by running the football. What Ohio State is able to do is very Kalen DeBoer-esque in the sense that they are able to treat the passing attack as if it is the rushing attack. And you pass to basically keep the chains moving. You don't pass the football to try to keep the defense honest. Of course you do that, but you more so do that because it's what you're good at, and you're so good at doing it that it's essentially as if you are a team that is wonderful at running the ball, and you can always control the clock and always go on these long drives. Ohio State can do that with their receivers, with their quarterback. It was not the greatest showing in the world for the pass blocking, with Purdue getting 2 sacks and 5 TFLs, but Ohio State is they're a special team this year. They're always a top 5 team in America. This year, as of right now, I would peg them at number 1. They held Purdue to under 200 total yards, 30 first downs to Purdue's 13. And Sayin had a 87.5 QBR on, because of the interception, one of his worst days in an Ohio State uniform so far. And he has a 91.1 QBR, 24 touchdowns, 4 picks, a 192.6 passer rating. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the nation, if not the best. And Ohio State has the best receivers. Their pass blocking offensive line, depending on the day, is one of the best. Their tight ends are good. Their defense is number 1. I mean, how can't you be happy if you're a Buckeye fan? How can you not be happy? I mean, this is a This team is fun to watch because of how dominant they are. And I love good football. And Ohio State plays wonderful football. If you're obviously an Ohio State player, we're talking about this in my Indiana segment with Penn State, you can't be you can never be happy if you're a player or a coach. The great coaches, the elite coaches, they're only happy after they've achieved something, or if they've won in a big way, whether that's in a blowout against a great team, or if they earned a really emotional key rivalry win. But then after 24 hours, you got to go back to the drawing board and prepare for the next thing. College football is a 24/7 sport. Day and his staff understand that. For Purdue, they're just going to be quick and concise here. They're probably going to lose out, which sucks because I think they've made great strides and they've improved from where they were under Ryan Walters. But they're sitting here at 2-8. They're sitting here 0-7 in Big Ten play. They're not going to win a Big Ten game until next year, or maybe it'll take longer than that. But I think Barry Odom's doing a good job with the Purdue Boilermakers. As for Ohio State, so the Buckeyes play UCLA in a night game this weekend. Then they play Rutgers, kickoff yet to be determined. You have the game against Michigan on the road at the end of the year. That's it at this point. Ohio State is not going to lose to UCLA. They're not going to lose to Rutgers. They'll probably cover the spread against both of them. I will say for that Michigan game, the spread is probably going to be single digits in favor of Ohio State. It will be, depending on which version of Michigan shows up, and you got to assume with the rivalry game, as Michigan has to assume with Ohio State, that these teams are going to come out and show their best. Michigan's best is going to be better than any team that Ohio State's played all year, including Texas due to how bad Banning was early on and the fact that it's a road game and not a home game. So for the Buckeyes, that's the game that determines whether or not you are a lock to go to Indy and a lock to receive the first. I mean, you're a lock to receive the first round bye regardless. Because if Ohio State loses to Michigan, they're probably not going to go to Indy. It probably would come down to Michigan, or if Oregon's in a tiebreaker with them, I think Oregon is probably played from a combined opponent win-loss percentage a tougher Big Ten schedule than the Wolverines and the Buckeyes. But we'll see. I think Ohio State's going to go to Indy at this point. I think they're probably going to win out, but you can't take that Michigan game for granted. It's not a free win. It's not a guaranteed win. Michigan's in a better position to win this game than they were last year by a decent chunk, and we know what happened last year. So Day and the staff and the players need to bring their best effort against Michigan on 11/29 at noon Eastern time. But they're in the driver's seat to go to Indy, to go to the playoffs. They're already locked to go to the playoffs, and they're the favorites to win the national championship and to win the Big Ten, and deservingly so. This looks like the best team in America. Things are fluid. Things are easy for them. They hit hard. They work hard. They practice hard. They strategize hard and thoughtfully. They're methodical. I really admire Ohio State. I always have. And when I look at them in Indiana, look, Indiana's coaching job, I think, is the best in America by a mile. But if we take them out of the equation, because that's pretty unfair given their circumstances and history, they're a lock for that because of, Indiana being the losingest program before Cignetti took over. A contender for number 2 is what Ryan Day's been able to do last year and so far this year with replacing the coordinators, reloading from a talent perspective, having an upgrade at quarterback, and doing well. It's a phenomenal job that Ryan Day and Matt Patricia and Brian Hartline and Tim Walton and Tyler Bowen and that entire staff has done. They're in the driver's seat to win it all, to win the Big Ten. They have to keep winning. That's the important thing. Don't take anything for granted. Just keep winning, keep being number 1 on the field, and keep having that expectation that you're going to play that way. Keep playing good football, and good things will come your way. Thank you for watching. It's my mission on College Football with Sam to make you the most informed, knowledgeable, and entertained fan as possible. We aren't perfect, but we hit the nail on the head more often than we hit our thumb with the hammer. Make sure to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, comment, and if you're here, you've probably already watched the whole video. So thank you for doing those things.